Hey everybody, I am here with Darren and Jeanette from Dog-Eared Cafe in Paris, Ontario. You guys are participating in Culture Days this year?
Sure are.
Tell us all about it. What are you guys doing?
Well, it's going to be next Saturday, September 28th, from 6 p.m. until about midnight. And what we decided to do with this was to take all of our events that we do on a monthly basis and just amalgamate them all at once to kind of throw an appreciation party, I guess, for all of the people who come out to our poetry nights and our open mic nights and our monthly, semi-monthly karaoke events as well, which is hosted by Queer Joy out of Brantford.
So Culture Days is part of a much bigger thing that's happening here in the county. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Culture Days is actually Ontario-wide. It started off in Toronto, I believe, and has now kind of expanded throughout the province. Could even be the country. I'm not quite 100% sure on that.
I think it's actually the country.
Yeah, I think it's actually
It's a big deal. I've heard about Culture Days. Yeah.
Yeah. So this year they've created hubs outside of Toronto. So those are areas where there will be a lot of things happening. So Paris this year happens to be one of those hubs. So there are many, many places around here that are participating, and there's lots of wonderful events and art shows and writing workshops, things like that. But what we're doing here, as Darren said, is kind of celebrating what we do here in Paris for our community.
And you don't need Culture Days for a reason to come into the Dog-Eared Cafe. You guys have so much stuff happening all the time. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that you do here, otherwise? And if people want to know more about that stuff, how do they get more information?
Well, they can find us on any social media at Dog-Eared Cafe. There's also our website, dogearedcafe.ca. For Culture Days, we have a page for the Culture Days event on the site. We do regular events every Friday. First Friday of every month is our poetry night, which we've been doing for almost 3 years now. Mm-hmm. And it just keeps growing, and it's been amazing watching a lot of young poets and older poets as well coming out, and sometimes they just come and listen and to be part of the community. And then we had like young, shy high school kids who would just come and listen, and now they're out every month with like 5 new poems, eager to share. And it's been the same thing with our open mic nights. We have like the veterans who come out, and we have young kids teenagers coming out with their parents and playing their first songs ever in front of people. And it's really exciting to see the community engage with themselves like this. And then there's also the karaoke events, which are semi-monthly. It's according to schedule. We have one this Saturday on the 21st, another one on the 26th, and of course they're going to be the end of the night on Culture Days.
Honestly, every time I open up my Instagram, it feels like you guys have something happening here at the Dog-Eared Cafe. I don't think there's any shortage of stuff that you guys are doing.
Maybe we're just too active.
But there's also a key part. It's not just events and stuff like that. It's the cafe. So can we touch a little bit on that? I mean, you guys have a very robust menu, but what are some of your most popular items?
Cinnamon buns.
Yes.
Jenna makes cinnamon buns from scratch. And tell us about them.
I created the recipe myself. It is vegan until we put that cream cheese frosting on there. So they're both the same. They are made fresh daily, and
They're delicious?
they are. They're really good. And I'm not just saying that because I make them.
They're amazing. Okay, each of you tell me one thing about the coffee.
I never used to be a big coffee drinker, actually. And when I went to Cuba in my late 20s, I was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to taste like. So Darren has always been a coffee drinker, has loved coffee ever since I've known him.
And before.
For me personally, espresso is the way to go. I mean, our drip coffee is fantastic, but our menu is very large. And the espresso is great, whether you like lattes or just straight espresso, or you like any ice drinks. Our signature is the maple oat latte, which Darren came up with, which is real maple syrup, oat milk, and tastes like Quaker instant maple.
So now I'm not only hungry, but I want another coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, another thing about the coffee is we use Altitude out of Brantford, which is a fantastic local roaster. I believe their farm is in Vienna, and that's where they do their roasting. They have their own shop in Brant Avenue, and we've been with them since the beginning, and we will never switch. They're a fantastic company, fantastic people, and they make great coffee.
Okay, we're getting to the end of the interview. I got
Okay.
just one last 2 questions for you.
Okay.
Where are you located for anybody who's watching who wants to come out, and what are your hours?
Okay. We're at 121 Grand River Street North here in downtown Paris. We are open Monday to Thursday from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. And then on Fridays, we're open from 8 until 9, 10, or 11, depending on how well things go.
Depending on the event.
Yeah. And then some Saturdays if we have a ticketed event. And then Sundays, same 8 to 6.
Amazing.
Saturdays are always 8 till 6, but sometimes later if we have a party happening.
So
Yeah.
Culture Days is going to be amazing.
Yes.
This place is amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I really
You're very
appreciate you
welcome.
taking the time to interview with me.